Hello, Sagittarius Sun. This is going to be your birthday card of the year for the month of November 2022. I don't know about you, but I can't believe we're already ending 2022. Isn't that crazy? The card that I pulled for you for November is the Two of Pentacles. Very interesting for the month of November. Basically, the timing of this card relates to the 21st of December through to the 31st of December. That's what, like a 2 week span. If you'll notice, the figure in the card is has two coins in a lemonade, okay, held in suspension, balanced in suspension, indicating eternity and infinity. But basically, what this card is really about is flexibility. Now, if this actually plays out for you near the end of December, we're going to be having a Mercury retrograde at that time. And so that always calls for flexibility because we know things can go south or completely vanish away and we don't know where it went. So I think this is a great card for you to round out the year. It is a number two. Twos do indicate a balance, but they also indicate a choice, an option, a duality, an opposition, and a crossroads. This could be for some of you a decision that you are going to have to make. You come to a crossroads near the end of the year, and you're going to have to make a decision. Now, normally, because this is a pentacle card, this can deal with finances, spending money, making money, saving money, balancing out your finances, just handling money and business issues. But sometimes pentacles are about what you do, the things that you do, and how you do them. In other words, it relates to the physical plane. So it's not always just about finances. Um, the main meaning, I think, of this card, or one of the big meanings, is that it tells of us having to take a risk and taking full advantage of all opportunities as they arise. This can be an exciting time during which creative use must be made of all of the material resources at your disposal. Now, when I say resources, I don't necessarily always mean money. This could be you actually putting in some work to do something. Maybe you volunteer, or maybe you, I don't know, come up with some new kind of venture and then you try to drive it forth by having someone come in to help you. Remember, it is a two. Now, basically, the card is this idea that you may be trying to cope with two separate situations at one time. You know, that crossroads. Should I or shouldn't I? Will I or won't I? Will it or won't it? One of those types of situations. And it says that you can find this to be a juggling act. Oftentimes, this will have to do with financial issues. And again, flexibility and adaptability are what is needed. You know that old saying, robbing Peter to pay Paul. So this could be an idea about you balancing out your finances, okay? Um, it can indicate a suggestion of some small wins of a financial nature coming your way. And your financial burdens will be eased, which will be great coming in at the end of the year, right around Christmas time. Um, it may tell that news will bring good news brings choices, and you'll have more than one option to choose from. Um, Sometimes, I've seen this show up in a really weird way, where if you thought you lost something, you end up finding it, but it's going to be found in the most unlikely place. I don't know why that is, but I've seen that. Um, it infers sometimes that maybe you've got too much going on and you're finding it difficult to concentrate and make discerning decisions and choices. Now, I've even seen this show up to say that for some of you, it's going to involve perhaps some movement of some kind. It could be travel. Okay, in which case, if this occurs around the Mercury retrograde, make plans, have plan A, B, C, D, and E. Typically, around the end of the year, the winter time, there's bad weather, so you can perhaps expect the idea that you might be stuck in an airport due to bad weather, or you get to the airport and they don't have, your rent a car, which you made reservations for, but suddenly they can't find the reservation. So you're going to have to stay balanced, and I would say take some cash with you in case systems go down. Um, Try to figure out an extra place to stay. Are you going to have enough funds to maybe get a hotel, whatever the case may be? Okay, now, sometimes this card can be this way for some of you. And basically, when it shows up in this instance, what we're talking about is impatience, inconsistency, self-doubt, frustration, irritation, even enforced gaiety. I don't know about you, but the holidays are always a very, very tense time. You're getting together with family. You know, there may be family members that you really don't want to have in your house or really have to go visit, but you have to because they're family. So it could be one of those situations where you may have to pretend to have a really, really good time when you're not, or you're not interested in it. So do watch that. It can imply that you or someone else feels the need to simulate enjoyment and or happiness in an attempt to hide or mask your true feelings. The key about that is you are asked to live your truth, okay? Regardless of what anybody else thinks or whatever their other expectations are. It can sometimes appear with inconsistency and impatience, mood swings, uncertainty, and periods of self-doubt, which impede any progress on many, many levels. It may be forewarning you to expect some discouraging information or news, okay? It is a message that you may need to consider different or alternative ways of going about your daily dealings, or I would just say dealings in general, as there may be obstacles and hindrances placed before you. But reversed, it also asks that you remain aware and positive and focused, as though even though there may be some temporary obstacles in your path, the time will pass quickly. Whatever the hindrance or problem is will move away, making for a positive progression. So you are encouraged to maintain faith and keep on trying. It tells us sometimes that there is a need to regroup and gather inner strength and resolve in order to allow for situations to work out positively. It is implying that disorganization is causing difficulties. Therefore, proper preparation and concentration is needed. You may have to rethink your plan. Take heart in that all will work out in time. And again, I'm going to throw this out here about that Mercury retrograde near the end of the year. Because, you know, I'm an avid gardener and I've been reading over the forecast into the weather forecast into February and March. And it's going to be a bit colder than expected, and expect for some places, if it's not super cold, you can expect a lot of rain. So there could most definitely be weather events that are going to create problems and havoc for you. Not just in the sense of maybe traveling to see family for the holiday, but just in general, even if you plan to stay home. So do be prepared. Try to prepare yourself as best as you can. It says that about the discouraging negative news or information, it says, take this message in your stride and make appropriate changes accordingly. If things do not go to plan, recheck details and persist. In other words, don't give up whatever it is you are doing. Sometimes reversed, this can be the idea that you've got a lack of funds, or you know, you've been spending money like water, and being, you know, unnecessarily in debt. And it is also an indication when it is reversed that there's an unfavorable change of fortune and worries about lack. So do be cautious. I know that here in America, Amazon's doing their Black Friday sales in October, so it can be tempting to get sucked into buying things early, and things that maybe you may not even need. I know people are trying to purchase gifts, but maybe this year, you know, Christmas cards and a gift card might be the way to go. So that is the advice that I have for you, Sagittarius. I do feel for the majority of you, though, this is just, it's going to be kind of like a blip in the road, and you will be able to continue on whatever journey that you are on, whether this is a metaphorical journey or even if it's a literal journey. Just keep in mind, those ships tossed at sea is emotion. So do try to keep those things in check and stay grounded. And so that is what I have for you, Sagittarius. I wish you a very happy birthday for the month of November. And until next time, be well, stay safe, and namaste. Bye.